Hello and welcome to the Changing Speeds programming video by MyBot. The first thing you need to do is go to your MyBot interface and from there, launch Blockly. Once you're in a blank scene, click on the Save File icon to name your file. Rename it Changing Speeds and click OK. Now in this activity, you are tasked with creating a variety of programs, and I'm not going to show you how to do it, but I am going to give you a few tricks that you can use and tools to help you create the programs you need to build. First, let's start with the motors commands. In all of the programs you have to build, you need to have your robot driving. So within the motors commands, you can find the ability to control the two motors independently, right and left, or to control both of them at the same time using the drive at speed command. Once you find a command you'd like to bring into your code, you can click on it and drag it into your open scene. For your first command, simply connect it to the bottom of your Fusion start block. It'll sort of pop into place. Anytime you see openings like this, you can simply type in your selected value. Within your code, you're going to need a few other things, including the ability to repeat actions. So anytime you want to repeat a section of code, go into the Loops menu. And from there, you can either repeat something indefinitely, using the Repeat While True command at the top, or a designated number of times. Now with a command like this, you might want to bring it actually into your code, somewhere at a different spot, and then rearrange things, for instance, to bring the drive at speed into your repeat command. As you notice, all of these changes I'm making, I'm simply clicking and then dragging and dropping the different elements of code to put them in the order I would like them in. Now, anytime you have a repeat command, you're going to need a partner command to go with it. They're sort of pairs. And the other part of a repeat command is a time command. So in the time menu, grab a wait 1 second command and just drop that at the bottom, but inside your repeat command. What that does is tell your code how often you want it to repeat. These are some of the basics of code you'll find you use a lot. But for some of these advanced challenges we're giving you in this activity, you're going to need to do a few more things than just this. There's an incredibly useful tool in coding called variables. And those allow you to not just set a given value, but allow you to change what that value is. So let's go into the variables menu, and when I click on it, you'll notice there's not much in there. What you have to do is create your own variables. So click on the Create Variable button, and then name your new variable. You could name it whatever you want it to stand for, just to make sure it makes sense. So I'm going to do motor power, because I might use this variable to control the power going to my motors. Once I create a variable, name it and click OK, I now have a few options. You'll notice I have the set option, a change option, and then this bottom option is to insert the variable into your code. Now the first thing we need to do anytime we create a variable is set it. We have to tell it what it's going to start at. So grab the set variable that you've just created and bring it to the very top of your code. Now you need to set it to a value, and to find that value you can do that in the math menu and just grab this top option, which is simply a number. And in this case you can bring it right here onto the end of your set motor power or your set variable command. Then, just like down here, you can type in whatever value you want it to be. Now that we've set a variable, you have to tell it where you're going to use it. So this bottom option here is to insert your variable. And what you'll do is bring it into any of these spots that make sense, but that have this little notch on the end. So instead of telling my robot to drive at speed 50, I'm going to tell it to drive at whatever value this variable is. And that allows me to change the amount of power going to the motor by using the change capability here within the variables menu. So there you go. That's a lot of it. That is almost everything you're gonna need to be able to create your codes. And I'm just gonna give you one final hint, which is use the text commands. The text commands are your friend. So within the text menu, grab yourself a print command. It's the one at the very top. Bring it down here into your repeat and have it print back whatever the value is of that variable. Using print commands like this will help you keep an eye on what your code is doing and identify any errors or mistakes you might have made. That way you know how to fix them. So there you go. This is everything you need to know to be able to create all of the codes in this challenge. Good luck, you've got this.